In this lesson, we are going to study about the volcanoes. So let's study. So volcanoes is it is also called as the volcanic activity. So now we are going to study about the volcanic activity. So what is this volcanic activity? So volcanic activity is something that ejection of the volcanic material from the interior part of the earth, that is ejection of volcanic material from earth, that is from the inside of the earth, that is called as volcanic activity. And this volcanic material consists of, sometimes it is consist of solid boulders, and sometimes it also consists of gases, or sometimes molten rocks. Here you can see these are the molten rocks. Okay, if you can see, this is the molten rock. So lava is nothing but the molten rocks only, okay, due to the high temperature and pressure. So here you can see solid boulders plus gases plus molten rocks plus ashes also. So here if we see that solid boulders plus gases plus molten rocks plus ashes, this all consist of volcanic material. So this combined together is called as volcanic material. So it all, sometimes the material which is inside, which has not come outside yet, that is called as magma, okay, which is inside deep inside the earth, okay, which is about to come outside but has not come outside yet, that is called as magma. But the material which has already come outside, it is called as lava. So here you can see this is lava. So this is the basic difference between the magma and lava. You may be asked this basic difference, that what is the difference between the magma and lava. The material which is inside, when this lava is inside, it is called as magma, as simple as that, okay. अगर लावा अंदर है तो उसे मैग्मा कहेंगे, और ये मैग्मा अगर बाहर आ जाता है तो उसे कहेंगे लावा, as simple as that. So now let's study what type of volcanoes are there. So types of volcanoes. So there are active volcanoes, and then there are dormant volcanoes, and then there are extinct volcanoes. So what are these active volcanoes, what are these dormant volcanoes, and what are these extinct volcanoes? So let's study. So let's start first with this active volcano. So these active volcanoes are the volcanoes which keep on erupting at regular intervals. हमेशा थोड़ी देर बाद, मतलब थोड़े वक्त बाद ये बाहर निकलते हैं. They keep on erupting at regular intervals. This is very important, and have erupted recently. Okay, so this is the basic definition. The volcanoes which keep on erupting at regular intervals and have erupted recently are called as active volcanoes. And there's some examples of these active volcanoes are Mount Etna in Sicily. This is Mount Etna in Sicily. This is active volcano. And the other example is Mount Cotopaxi. Mount Cotopaxi in Ecuador. Here you can see Mount Cotopaxi in Ecuador. This is also an active volcano. Remember these two examples, Mount Etna in Sicily and Mount Cotopaxi in Ecuador. These are the two active volcanoes. Then what are the dormant volcanoes? So the volcanoes which have not erupted for a long time, but are likely to erupt in future, are called as dormant volcanoes. समझ गए? बहुत दिनों से ये इरप्ट नहीं हुए हैं, बट ये फ्यूचर में इरप्ट हो सकते हैं, उन्हें कहा जाता है डोरमेंट वोल्केनोज. दे आर कॉल्ड एज डोरमेंट वोल्केनोज. सो द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ डोरमेंट वोल्केनोज इज माउंट वेसुवियस इन इटली. Mount Vesuvius in Italy. Here you can see it is the dormant volcanoes which has not erupted for a long time, but there are chances that it may erupt in future. This is called as dormant volcano. Now let's see what is the extinct volcano. So the extinct volcanoes are the volcanoes which have not erupted for a long time and are not likely to erupt in future, are called extinct volcanoes, as simple as that. बहुत दिनों पहले, मतलब बहुत दिनों से ये इरप्ट भी नहीं हुए हैं और फ्यूचर में भी इनके इरप्ट होने के कोई चांसेस नहीं है। ओके, सो इन्हें कहते हैं एक्सटिंक्ट वॉल्केनोज। द वॉल्केनोज विच हैव नॉट इरप्टेड फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम एंड आर नॉट लाइकली टू इरप्ट इन द फ्यूचर आर कॉल्ड एक्सटिंक्ट वॉल्केनोज। एंड द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ एक्सटिंक्ट वॉल्केनोज इज माउंट अकानकागुआ, Mount Aconcagua in Argentina. Here, this is the extinct volcano. Now, for some time, Barren Islands. Have you heard about this? It is in Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, so for a long time, the Barren Islands, there is a volcano in this Barren Islands, and this volcano was considered to be extinct, but in the late 20th century it became the active volcano. Okay, earlier it was extinct, but in the late 20th century it became active. Now what does this tell us? This tells us that the clear cut the clear cut bifurcation is arbitrary. It is not proper, because the volcanoes which are extinct today, they may get active in future, and those which are active today, they may get dormant or extinct in the future. So this bifurcation is not proper. Okay, I just wanted to tell that. So the types of magma which comes out of this volcano is also divided into two, acidic and basic. So as I have told you, the lava which is still inside the volcano, okay, the lava which is still inside the volcano, that is called as magma, and the lava which has come outside, that is called as lava. Remember this is only the basic definition. मैंने इसको पहले भी बताया, I am telling you again and again. Magma is inside and lava is outside. Okay, both are same. Here you can see the lava. Okay, so we have two types of lava, that is acidic lava and basic lava. So what are the differences between this acidic lava and basic lava? So let's study. So first is the acidic lava. So what is this acidic lava? So it says that it is rich in silica and poor in metallic minerals. अब ये बहुत important है. Okay, this is very important. Rich in silica and poor in metallic minerals. Remember this. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Secondly, we have it has very high melting point, and even in minor loss of heat may cause it to solidify. That means that to melt it takes huge temperature. Okay, so that is why whenever it is exposed to less heat, it gets solidify. So that means that this type of lava, when it will come outside of the earth, okay, for example, this is our volcano. This is the vent pipe of the volcano, and here is this lava, this acidic lava. So when it is here inside, it is liquid, but as it will come outside, it will solidify, because it has high melting point. Remember this. And due to this, it will solidify when it loses the heat, it loses the energy. Okay, and it is also rich in silica and poor in metallic minerals. This is also the reason that it will solidify when it is exposed to the outer atmosphere, when it loses its heat. Okay, now secondly, its viscosity is high. Okay, its viscosity is high. That means the capacity of the particles to bond each other, it is very high. The capacity of particles to bond each other, it is called as viscosity, and the viscosity is very high. For example, I will tell you, the viscosity of a gel is high and viscosity of water is low. So you can understand the viscosity. Viscosity means gel like. So the viscosity of gel is high and viscosity of water is low. So can the water flow? So if we put the gel as well as the water on the floor, so what do you think, which will flow far, gel or water? Obviously water will flow. Why? Because the viscosity of water is low and the viscosity of gel, it is high. So from this we can understand the viscosity of acidic lava is also high. That means this acidic lava will also not flow for long, that is it will not flow far. It will get solidified at a short distance. Why? Because its viscosity is high. Remember that. And the fourth point is this type of magma is not able to emerge onto surface and may get deposited below surface. And this type of lava is called as acidic lava. Remember this. So that's all about the acidic lava. Now this acidic lava, this type of acidic lava and basic lava, the difference between this acidic lava and basic lava is the reason behind the formation of different structures due to the volcanic activity. We are going to study about that different structures in further in this lesson. Okay. So now what is basic lava? Basic lava is opposite of the acidic lava. Firstly, it is poor in silica and it's rich in metallic minerals. When we studied about the acidic, it was rich in silica, but in basic it is poor in silica, and basic lava is rich in metallic minerals. Remember this. Now it has low melting point and remains liquid for a long time even with some loss of heat. So it has low melting point and it remains liquid for a long time with some loss of heat also, and its viscosity is low. So that means its viscosity is low, that means it can flow far. Okay, it can go flowing far away like water, not like water, but as compared to the acidic lava it can flow far away. Then this type of lava is very likely to reach the surface of the earth. Why? Because it has a low melting point, and when it is exposed to the atmosphere of the earth, it will not get solidified, and when it is not get solidified, it will flow because its viscosity is also high. So this type of lava is likely to reach the surface of the earth, and this type of lava is called as basic lava. Okay, this type of lava is called as basic lava. Now the types of volcanic activities. So now we have studied the two types of lavas. What type of lavas are there? Acidic lava and basic lava. Now remember the differences between the acidic and the basic lava, okay, because we are going to need that when we study the further detail. So the types of volcanic activities are two. Firstly, there is a central type, and secondly there is fissure type. It is very simple. So the magma rises through nearly vent circular opening. Okay, the magma rises through nearly the circular opening, and that is called as central type. एक vent होता है. This is the mountain, and there is a vent, and from this vent the lava comes out. This type of volcanic activity is called as central type. But the fissure type, in this activity, in this volcanic activity, magma rises through a crack or a fissure. So here you can see here is a crack and magma is coming out of this crack. Okay, so here if you see there is a crack and magma is coming out. Okay, so here you can see central type and fissure type. So the example of the central type is Mount Etna in Sicily. So here you can see the Mount Etna in Sicily, and the example of the fissure type is the Deccan Trap in India. So our Deccan area in India was formed by this fissure activity only, by this lava. There was a crack in the Deccan region and the lava flew outside, and after it got solidified our Deccan area was formed, the Deccan Trap. Okay, ये बहने लगा. It was flowing for a long time, and as it was flowing, we know that which lava flows? The basic lava flows. Remember, because it has low viscosity. So our Deccan Trap, it was made by basic lava. Okay, so let's move forward. So after this volcanic eruptions are like during this volcanic eruptions are happening, certain physical features, certain geographical features are associated with these volcanic activities, and some of them are called as intrusive and some are called as extrusive. So intrusive volcanic structures are the structures which are made inside the earth, and extrusive volcanic structures are the structures which are made outside of the earth. As simple as that. So intrusive structures are the structure which are formed inside the surface of the earth are called as intrusive structures, and the extrusive are called as the structures which are formed outside the surface of the earth are called as extrusive structure. Okay, it should be extrusive. So what are these intrusive structures? So intrusive structures, here you will find these are the intrusive structures. So this is from here the lava was coming. See, you can see this lava was coming outside from this area. The lava was coming from this area, and after some time it got solidified inside the earth only. It got solidified inside the earth only, and because of that some intrusive structures were formed inside the earth. So this type, यहाँ पर जब cracks थे, there were cracks here, and lava got filled in these cracks, and a structure was formed, and this structure is called as the sill. Here you can see these are the sills, the horizontal ones. Okay, so the sills were formed. Then again the dikes. So the dikes are the vertical one. Okay, so here you can see these are the vertical ones. So those which got solidified vertically in the vertical pipes, they are called as dikes. And those who they escaped the dike but they got solidified below the earth structure, they are called as laccoliths. So laccoliths are something like this. Okay, so these are the laccoliths. Here you can see these are the laccoliths. And now we have seen the sill, we have seen the dike, because dikes you have seen these are the vertical pipes which got solid. These were the pipes actually, and they got filled by the lava and by the magma, and they got solidified and they became dikes. Now batholith, so the batholith was actually full of lava, full of magma, and it got solidified. Okay, and batholith, the smaller version of the batholith is called as a stalk. Okay, then again if we see, this is laccolith, and there is another one structure inside that is the opposite of laccolith, that is in this way. This type of structure inside the earth similar to this but just opposite of the laccolith, this type of the structure is called as lopolith. Lopolith, okay, it is the opposite of the laccolith. And if the structure is like combined of laccolith and lopolith like this, if this type of structure is there, it will be called as phacolith. Okay, so these are the intrusive structures which are formed by the solidification of lava inside the earth only, which was not able to come outside. So the horizontal one is called as a sill, the vertical one is called as the dike. Here you can see the horizontal sill, the vertical is dike. Again this is laccolith, and the opposite of laccolith is lopolith, and combined together laccolith plus lopolith, this makes the phacolith, Phacolith, phacolith. Then here you will see the batholith, which is the it was actually a enormous amount of lava which got solidified inside the earth only, and the smaller version of batholith is a stalk, and these are small veins which were the cracks were there inside the earth, and it got filled by the lava, and these are called as veins. Okay, so these are the intrusive structures of the volcanic activity of intrusive structures of the volcanic activity. Now what are the extrusive structures? So when the lava came outside of the earth, it came through a cone. So there are two chances: either it came through the cone, that is the central type, or it came through a fissure, that is from the crack. Okay, now because we have seen that there are two types of activities, so one is cone and other is fissure. So this is lava plateau. This lava plateau was formed by this fissure. This is fissure activity. Okay, so this is the extrusive structure, and when lava came outside, this formed the plateau. So as I have told you, the Deccan Plateau is an example of this fissure activity. Again, this cinder cone is an example of this central type of volcanic activity. So here you can see this is the cinder cone, and lava was coming outside of this cinder cone. Again, when this cinder cone, where it was when, so for example, this is the cinder cone and lava was coming outside. Okay, so this is the lava was coming outside. So after some time, some of the lava got solidified here, the magma got solidified here, which was the acidic one, and it got solidified here, and the vent was closed. So after some time, due to the pressure from inside, it got blasted, and once it got blasted, a depression was created, and this is called as the ash cone with the volcanic dome. So here is this ash cone with the volcanic dome. Then again, after 2-3 blasts, again there were blasts, and a new crater was formed. Okay, a new crater was formed, and it got filled with the rainwater after some time. So this is called as caldera with the cinder cone on floor. Okay, so first this is called as cinder cone or crater, and when again 2-3 blasts happened, it got widened and it got enlarged, and this is called as caldera, and it got filled with the rainwater. Okay, then there are composite volcanoes. So these volcanoes, if the lava which is coming outside of the earth, if that the lava is acidic, so it will come outside. Okay, so here you will see this is the pipe, and this is the mountain. So if the lava is coming outside, and if it is acidic, so it will not flow for far, it will get solidified. Okay, again it will come outside, it will get solidified, again it will come outside, it will get solidified, again it will come outside, it will get solidified. On this side also it will get outside and it will get solidified, it will come outside again. So this process will keep on happening. So it will create layers. Okay, it will create layers, and this type of cone is called as composite cone or composite volcano. Composite volcanoes or composite cones. In this composite volcanoes, they have different layers. Okay, here you can see different layers. These are called as composite volcanoes, and here you can see the volcanic neck with radiating dikes. So the lava which came outside, and it got solidified outside in the form of dikes outside the earth, surface. This is called as a volcanic neck with the radiating dikes. Okay, and this is the lava mesa, the short version of the lava plateau. Okay, so these are the extrusive structures of the volcanoes. If you want to see in detail, here you can find this is the cinder cone volcano. This is the cinder cone, this is the vent, and here the magma is coming, and this is the ash which got deposited, the lava dust. Okay, in the same this side also, here you can see the layers. This is composite volcano which I was explaining. So this is the composite volcano where you can see there are various layers. This is shield volcano. Now shield volcano is formed by the basic lava, because we know basic lava can flow for far distances. Okay, because it has low viscosity, and when it is flowing far away, the lava will flow far away and it will create a shield type, and this type of shield is called as a shield volcano. And here you will see this is the lava dome. Okay, this is the vent, this is the magma, and the ash and the lava and dust, this is called as lava dome. So these are the different diagrams. You may get these diagrams in your exam, and they may tell you to identify which is the cinder cone, which is the composite cone, which is the shield volcano, which is the lava dome. Okay, so remember this. So that's all.